I'm just sitting here thinking how God's ways are not our ways. In my personal life, if I needed this, He gave me that. If I need it this way, He gave it to me that way. It's always that way. But, if you need somebody tall, He gives you somebody short. If you need 5,000 people, He gives you 5. And those won't even be the 5 that you think you need. You need somebody rich, He gives you somebody poor. You need somebody qualified, He gives you somebody completely and totally unqualified. I think about the church all the time because it's my calling to go up against the Pharisee leadership. And my calling was made sure to me after I was the janitor at a church serving the preacher there. I was the janitor. I was the lowest of the low at that church. But that's what God did. God called me in there to do that job. And while I was there, He showed me things that were not right. And now I'm here to encourage the Davids to take over the kingdom. But it really blows my mind how we got to the place we're at, and I'm going to go back to the church I used to go to in this story. But when the preacher man was retiring, the preacher man, he was a Pharisee preacher. He relied solely on his education. And whenever he was retiring, they said, all of them got together, well, we got to go to that school up there, and we got to get a preacher from there that they've produced, send them here. All kind of degrees. I used to think to myself, no, this is a body. The leader's in this church. We just have to encourage him and build him up. But no. We got to go get one of them Pharisees. And I think all the time, that is the very reason why we got into the mess we got in 20. Because what happened in 20 should never have happened if the church was operating on all cylinders. The church is asleep, so the greatest satanic ritual was ever pulled on us, the world. That was a satanic ritual. How many churches quit meeting together? Started meeting online. Satan got you, if that was you. I'm not beating you up. I understand fear. But we got to where we're at because the church is asleep. And we got to the point, we're at the point now, not so much in America, but, look at the UK. They're wanting to, and a lot of other places, they want the digital chip. We're almost there, folks. The only reason we got there, because it ain't time for that. The only reason we got there is because the church is asleep, because it's run by Pharisees. It's time for the Davids to take over the kingdom. David was street smart. David was unqualified. Matter of fact, when the prophet Samuel went to David's house and talked to Jesse didn't even bring him in. He brought in all his other sons. Imagine how that made David feel. David's in the back over there, little bitty guy, just taking care of the animals. God said, that's the one. What did God say to Samuel when he was first talking to Jesse, and Jesse brought his big son in? He said, nah. Before anything was said, God told Samuel, do not look at his appearance. I don't care about that. No, the one I want is the little ruddy one. And his dad didn't even bring him in. Now, this was David, a man after God's own heart. So to the Davids out there, it's your turn. God's doing a new thing on the earth. And He's taking out the dead leadership of the church. And when I say dead, I mean those who rely solely on their education. And he's rising people up right now who have been through the ringer to take over the helms, to take over the leadership. And I hope this encourages you, because I'm talking to the Davids. Maybe God's whispered something in your ear, like he wants to do something great with you. Well, now's the time. He's showing himself to the world. I hope this message helps you. I sincerely do.